Jane Austen once described her as a heroine whom no one but myself will much like. That was Emma Woodhouse, the clever, rich, and beautiful protagonist of Austen's 1815 novel Emma. Unlike Elizabeth Bennet or Elinor Dashwood, Emma was crafted to challenge readers' patience. Brimming with confidence, meddling in others' lives, and deeply convinced of her own moral superiority. Yet she's also grown into one of Austen's most fascinating characters, inspiring dozens of adaptations. Emma is introduced in the very first line of the novel as being handsome, clever, and rich, with a comfortable home and a happy disposition. It's a striking opening, not because of what she lacks, but because of how much she already has. In a literary tradition filled with struggling heroines navigating class and survival, Emma begins her story with everything. And when a character has nothing to gain, their flaws become all the more revealing. On first read, Emma behaves less like a classic heroine and more like the antagonist of someone else's story. Take her treatment of Harriet Smith. Emma manipulates Harriet into rejecting a perfectly good proposal from Mr. Martin, a kind and respectable farmer, solely because he doesn't meet Emma's arbitrary social standards. Her arrogance pushes Harriet into emotional confusion and heartbreak, all under the pretense of friendship. Then there's her casual cruelty toward Miss Bates, a poor and talkative woman who's guilty of nothing more than rambling at picnics. Emma's public insult, "It will be a great loss to your circle," is not just a faux pas, but a social humiliation. Mr. Knightley's rebuke of Emma afterward is a rare moment of direct moral clarity in the novel. Emma's behaviour often exposes a deep sense of class superiority. She dismisses people not because of their character, but because they don't meet her unspoken standards of refinement. This isn't just a sign of youthful pride. It reveals how detached she is from the consequences of her influence. She moves people like pieces on a chessboard, unaware that she's altering lives in ways that can't easily be undone. But to reduce Emma to a villain is to ignore her very real journey of self-awareness and growth. Unlike the irredeemable antagonists in Austen's novels, think Mrs. Norris or General Tilney, Emma is capable of change. After Mr. Knightley chastises her over the Miss Bates incident, Emma doesn't dismiss it. She reflects, apologises, and genuinely tries to improve. This capacity for growth is what makes her different. Furthermore, her intentions, while misguided, are never malicious. She wants Harriet to marry well because she wants the best for her, according to her own flawed understanding of social worth. Emma's greatest sin is pride, not cruelty. What makes Emma compelling is not that she's flawless, but that she tries to do better. She can be selfish and short-sighted, but she also has moments of real insight. Her growth doesn't happen all at once. It's slow, uncomfortable, and honest. She faces herself, and for a character so confident in her own judgment, that kind of reckoning is powerful. What makes Emma so enduring isn't her perfection, it's her imperfection. Unlike other Austen heroines who suffer due to their lack of power, Emma has power, and she misuses it. This is what makes her both dangerous and compelling. Modern critics and fans often debate whether she's the villain of Harriet's love life or the misunderstood architect of her own redemption. But perhaps that's Austen's genius. She crafted a heroine who defies simple labels, a woman with the power to shape her world, for better or worse, and the humility to eventually recognise her limitations. So, is Emma Woodhouse a heroine or a villain? Or is she something more complex, a mirror for our own blind spots and intentions? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you love literary deep dives like this, don't forget to subscribe.